Hi cuties, welcome to another day of Litmas! We're gonna do a tag video today, and what's funny about this tag is I've attempted to do this tag many times before, and I've always scrapped the footage for some reason. Usually it's just because like the angle or lighting or something just wasn't looking good, so we're gonna attempt to do it today, but that is the A to Z tag. So there are 26 questions from A to Z. Let us begin. Question A. An author you have read the most books from. I actually had to do the math on this, and it's a tie right now. And it is a tie between Brandon Sanderson and Kendra Merritt. I have read 13 books of each of them right now. B, best sequel ever. Right now, it's Some Shall Break by Ellie Marney. Great sequel to None Shall Sleep. Absolutely fantastic. There's a lot of good sequels out there, but that's the first one that came to my mind. C, currently reading. I am currently listening to Fathom Folk by Eliza Chen. I am reading The Otherwhere Post by Emily J. Taylor. I suddenly forgot the middle initial. That's an arc that comes out next year. And I'm reading The Poison Garden by Sarah Singleton. This is filmed in November, for those wondering, why are you reading a November TBR book? Because it's November. And also I've just been filming, so I haven't been reading. D, drink of choice while reading. I don't really have one for while. I don't have a specific one. I enjoy just having a nice, like a Coke Zero or a water, like from my Circle, or if it's like the morning that I'm going to do my chai. Don't really have a specific, like, reading drink. E, e-reader or physical book. Physical. I really dislike reading on an e-reader, but I've found a new means of liking my e-reader, and that's because I hate holding like my phone, and I hate holding my e-reader. I hate holding it. I don't know why. I hate having them in my hand, but I got one of those wireless page turners, and that has been a lifesaver for me. That has made me enjoy reading my Kindle a lot more. But I still prefer physical above all else. F, fictional character you would have actually dated in high school. I would not have dated in high school, really. I'd had one boyfriend in high school and it was a bad idea. I don't think any fictional character would have dated me in high school. I would not have dated me in high school. Who would have been a great boyfriend? Who would have been a really good high school boyfriend? I can't say. I honestly don't know, because, oh man, thinking about me in high school in a relationship is just no. But my default answer for a book boyfriend is Silas from Sorcery of Thorns. And it's because he's also ace and amazing, and I love the way he talks. So we could just chill out together and that'd be fine. G, glad you gave this book a chance. Midnight Sun. I'm just kidding. The Sacrifice by Rin Chupeco. Gave that a chance and it turned out amazing. The Red Palace by June Her was another one I didn't expect to love so much. Yeah. I'll go with the Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon. Went in with low expectations there as well. Came out so happy. H, hidden gem book. We're going indies on this, okay? Literally anything Kendra Merritt. Kendra Merritt. A Story Spun in Scarlet by R. Dugan. Amazing. Love it. Olive Tycho's. Tycho. You know, I have so many, O.E. Tierman's whole, Aces High, Joker's Wild series. Highly underrated. I have a lot. There's a lot. I'm just going to flash on the screen all the indie books that need more love and y'all should do. I actually have a little infographic that I bring with me to conventions that are like, here's some other indie books you should read. So here's all those. Cool. Awesome. Important moment in your reading life. I think right now is an important moment where I am unhauling so many books. I'm still going to read those books. They're not leaving my TBR. But I think it's an important moment for me personally to reevaluate my book collection habits and kind of curate better for what I actually want to own. So I think right now has been a very important moment in my reading life. J, just finished. I just finished reading The Tainted Cup by Robert Bennett Jackson. I always forget if it's the Bennett and the Robert and the Jack. Wait. Robert Jackson Bennett? Oh my god, what is it? I always flip his name around a million times, but I finished that one. It was very interesting. Very quirky Sherlock Holmes style fantasy. Okay, kinds of books you won't read. I don't like detective novels, and I don't like old westerns. That's pretty much what I won't read. I have read a genre of everything else, but I don't like those because usually, like, detective novels tend to have a lot of misogyny or like darker adult themes that I don't vibe with. Like they're always like an alcoholic and they're smoking and stuff and they've got all these things. I don't like those styles. And then with westerns, there's so much racism in westerns that I don't like them. And there's misogyny in them too. So those are two genres that I don't normally vibe with. L, longest book you've read. Pretty sure that's Priory of the Orange Tree or A Dale of Fall. Whoever's... I don't know. Wait, who's the longest one? Because I've read Stormlight Archives. I gotta figure out... I think Stormlight, because they're over 1,000, right? I think Rhythm of War might be the longest in the Stormlight Archives. I'll put it on screen, whichever book is the longest. That's the longest book I've read. Because I know they're over 1,000 pages. M, major book hangover because of blank. I had a major book hangover after reading Yellowface by R.F. Kuang because I stayed up all night reading it. From Sorcery of Thorns because it was so good and I couldn't move on. I don't normally get them. I usually can move on pretty quickly. But probably those two. N, number of bookcases you own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 14. I'm trying to downsize though. These ones are going to be, I'm going to sell at least 5. Okay. So we'll get down to 9. Oh, one book that you've read many times. So I don't tend to reread it much anymore, but I used to like reread my favorite parts of certain ones. So I would reread my favorite parts in Red, White, and Royal Blue, in Weather Girl, in By Winged Chair by Kendra Merritt. I would just go back to certain points, that had meaning or something to me or just like fun and I wanted to reread them. Probably those. P, preferred place to read. My couch or my marshmallow. But I don't come in here very much because there's usually stuff on it. But those are my favorite places to read. Q, quote that inspires you. I'm really bad with remembering quotes. I just am really bad at I'm going to try actually next year. I have a journal that I'm going to try to write down quotes as they happen when I'm reading so that I can better remember them. I remember being inspired. I don't know where I heard the quote though. I don't think it was from a book, but it's the you die a hero or you see yourself live long enough to become the villain. I don't know if I have any other ones. And I don't think it was from a book. I think that's from a movie, but I can't remember what it's from. R, reading regret. I mean, I regret having to read Midnight Sun. I mean, I don't also because it was really fun reading it with Fee. I don't really have reading regret. I mean, I regret reading Merchants of Knowledge and Magic. I regret reading Promises Left for Dead. S, series that you have started but need to finish. Please address the top shelf up here. I have far too many and there will be a full video on that. T, 3 of your favorite all-time books. Well, we did the countdown. So Sorcery of Thorns was a top. Unmasked was a top. Project Hail Mary was a top. What were those the 3? I think, were those the top 3? I'm going to say those were, but those ones. You, unapologetic fangirl 4. Unapologetically a fan of the selection. I don't know if I am anymore though, that's the thing. When I first read it, I stand it so hard. So maybe the selection by Kira Cass, I don't necessarily think that's totally true anymore if I were to reread it, but yeah. I'm unapologetically still a fan for The Hunger Games, but I think a lot of people are. I don't think I have to be unapologetic for that. I think that's a great book series. V, very excited for this release. Wind and Truth, Stormlight Archives is coming out at the end of the year. Sharon J. Zhao's Heavenly Tyrant, excited for that. Catabasis, R.F. Kuang. There's a lot. There's so many. And again, already a video about all the 2025 releases. I think there was 116 on that list. W, worst bookish habit. I'm curbing it, and that's spending a lot of money on books and buying books and collecting books that I'm not having read yet and taking so long. just the expenditure of books. That's been a problem for me. That's my worst habit, I think. maybe a bit of being a judgy person with books. I tend to be a little judgy when I hear people reading certain books, and I need to curb that a bit. I recognize that sometimes I can be a bit mean about other people's reading habits and reading tastes. And we all have different tastes. Readers can read whatever you want. So that's probably a bad habit of mine, I will say. X marks the spot. Start at the top left of your bookshelf and pick the 27th books. 27th book? Okay. Shroud for a Bride by Ken Vermeer. There's only 2 more books in the Mark of the Least series that I haven't read yet, and this is one, and the other one's a bunch of short stories. There you go. I don't know what else it wants me to do with that. Why? Your latest book purchase. It's not a purchase, but it was a pre-order that just recently arrived. Does that count? The book that just recently arrived is Ghostsmith by Nikki Powell-Preto. This is the Fairy Loot edition. I pre-ordered this earlier this year. The last purchase I did, because I got it on sale, was Elizabeth Smart, My Story. Very different books. We have a memoir of a true crime situation and a fantasy sequel. My reading tastes are all over the place, people, okay? And Z, the last book that kept you awake. I don't know. Probably Some Shall Break by Ellie Marney. I'm going to say that one again because it was so intense and I didn't want to put it down. I didn't want to stop listening to it. Oh! Blah! Crazy. Well, that's the A to Z challenge, or the A to Z tag. If you haven't done this before, I would love to see you. I'm going to tag Mars. Mars, you are tagged. I, of course, will be tagging Hala as well. I will tag Amanda from the Reading and Writing Life. And that's who I'm tagging. You do it. Your turn. Okay. I will see you tomorrow, kitties. Bye.